Dear learners, today we will discuss the types and process of educational administration in continuity with the other lectures on education administration. The session or lectures objectives are that the learners will be able to define the different types of educational administration. Learners will be able to explain the features of centralized and decentralized administration. Learners will be able to distinguish between democratic and autocratic administration. Learners will be able to analyze the disadvantage or limitations of each type, applying the various appropriate types of administration in educational situations. Now, first of all, we will try to understand the types of educational administration. Educational administration can be classified into different types based on decision making styles and distribution of authority. We have centralized educational system, centralized educational administration. In this type, all important decisions are made by the central authority such as Ministry of Education or central government, where authority is there at one point. Centralized educational administration are top-down management structure in which single central authority, typically a national or regional ministry, controls all aspects of education including curriculum, financing, hiring and policies. It ensures high standardization, equity and efficiency, but often suffers from rigidity and lack of local adaptability. Characteristics are that authority is concentrated at the top level. In a centralized administration system, most of the power remains with higher authorities such as the government, Ministry of Education, board officials or senior administrators. Important matters are controlled by these top officials. Schools, colleges and work under their guidance and follow the directions given by them. This means the central authority plays the main role in running the education system. Policies and rules are uniform for all institutions. The same rules, regulations and policies are applied to all schools, colleges and institutions under the system. Every institution is expected to follow one common set of guidelines. This helps in creating consistency, discipline and equality in administration, and it also ensures that the institutions function in an organized way. Lower authorities have limited decision making power. Principals, headmasters, teachers or local officials, or you can say the lower level officers, usually have less freedom to make independent decisions. They often need approval from higher authorities or from top officials before making any changes, before making any decisions in school management, curriculum or any other important matter. Their main responsibility is to implement the decision taken at the top level or top notch level. So, in the centralized decision making authority is vested in one individual or small top level group. Major decisions are generally taken by one leader or small group of senior officials. These people decide policies, plans, budgets and appointments and other important issues. Teachers, principals and local administrators are not greatly involved in this process. As a result, power remains concentrated in the hands of few people. Uniformity in policies, curriculum and standards is there. Same curriculum, same syllabus, teaching method, same teaching methods, same examination system, education standards are followed in all schools. This helps mainly in equality among students from different areas. It has own advantages. It has its own advantages. It also reduces regional differences, ensuring that all students receive a similar level of education. Centralized resource management. Central authority manages important resource as finance, technology, infrastructure, teacher recruitment, teachers appointment, teachers transfer, promotions and any other important decision as and when it is necessary. Funds are distributed from one main top office to the different institutions. This can also help in maintaining proper control and fair allocation of resources, but sometimes local needs may take some more time to be addressed. Some advantages are there, for example, uniformity in policies and standards. In centralized education system, the same policies and rules and standards are followed by schools and institutions. Every school works under one common framework. It helps maintain consistency in administration, ensuring that students receive similar educational opportunities regardless of their location. is strong control over the education system is also one of the important advantages. That is, central authorities such as the government, in our case Ministry of Education, has strong control over institutions. It can monitor their performance, ensure that rules are followed, making necessary improvement. This control helps in maintaining discipline and proper functioning of the entire system. Enhanced efficiency through centralized authority, since decisions making power is concentrated at the top level. System can work in a more organized way, more systematic way. Responsibilities are divided clearly. There is no confusion or less confusion. Who makes what decisions? Who makes important decisions? This can improve the efficiency in planning and in administration. Consistent curriculum and policies across schools. All schools follow the same syllabus, same teaching methods, examination pattern is same, educational policies are same, ensuring that the learners studying in different schools receive similar learning opportunities, learning experiences, making transfer between different institutions easy, because in case of if students are transferred, then there is no issue. Equitable resource allocation is there. Central authority manages distributed resources, for example funds, appointment of teachers, learning material, technology according to the need of the institution. Streamline decision making for quick action, because major decisions are taken by one central authority. Actions can be taken directly and actions can be coordinated. During emergencies, when urgent reforms are required, central body can take the decisions quickly and apply them across all institutions. Reduced administrative duplication is also one of the important advantages. Better overall coordination. Uniformity and standardization in education is also one of the important advantages of the centralized education system. Some disadvantages are also there, or limitations are there. In fact, I should say limitation instead of disadvantages. Slow decision making. Yes, in centralized education system, most important decisions must be approved by higher authorities, because requests move through many offices. Official route is there, then therefore the process can take longer time. Then the schools will have to wait for getting permissions for urgent matters. Some even small repairs, some is temporary appointment or some policy change may take longer period of time and can be sometimes very much disturbing. Flexibility. Lack of flexibility is also one of the disadvantages, one of the limitations of this centralized approach, the centralized education system. That is, a centralized system usually follows one common policy for all institutions. However, every school and community has different needs. Rural schools, urban schools, schools in remote areas may have different problems, may have different issues, but same rules may not be applicable to every school. So this is local needs are not taken into consideration, or there can be less flexibility as far as local needs are concerned. May not adapt well to diverse students population. Yes, students come from different social background, different cultural backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, different educational backgrounds. Single curriculum or policy may not meet the learning needs of all students. Some students may require special support, extra support, some language help, language assistance, different teaching methods that a centralized system may overlook sometimes. This can be the limitation. uh, Bureaucratic delays may be there. Centralized administration often involves many formal procedures, paperwork, approval process. Even small trivial matters may require official permissions. This bureaucracy can slow down progress and can make the administration less efficient. Lack of responsiveness to local problems, as we have already discussed. One size fits all approach. Centralized administration often assumes that the same solution work everywhere. In reality, different institutions have different resources, different needs, different challenges. Applying one system to all can create some problems instead of solving them. So this is also another important limitation. Reducing innovation and creativity. Yes, school teachers may feel frustrated, restricted, because they are following some rules and regulations without they cannot change anything. This can limit their, they cannot implement new and innovative practices. They cannot take into consideration always the local needs which can benefit the students. So reduced innovation and creativity is also one of the limitations in the centralized education administration. In the decentralized education administration, authority and decision making power are distributed to regional, local or institutional level. Its characteristics may be: local authorities have a power to make decisions, institutions can play according to their needs, can plan according to their needs. Advantages are there, that is decision making is very fast, more flexibility in innovation, more flexibility in creativity. Some of the limitations is that possibility of uneven standards among institutions. Third category is democratic education administration, that is, in democratic education administration, important decisions are not made by one person alone. Different members such as teachers, administrators, students, parents, community and other important stakeholders are involved in decision making process. Everyone gets a fair chance to share ideas, opinions and suggestions. This creates a sense of teamwork, fairness in the institution, and this participation makes people feel valued, respected, and they have their say in the decision making. Characteristics of democratic educational administration are: participation in decision making. One of the main features of democratic administration is that all members are encouraged to take part in decision making. Teachers help in academic planning, students share their views, parents may give their opinion, they give suggestions for improvement. Cooperation among members is also another important characteristics, that cooperation and mutual understanding are the pillars of this type of administration, that is democratic education administration. Teachers, principals and staff members, students and parents work together in cohesion for the success of the institution. Cooperation actually creates positive and friendly environment. Shared responsibility is also one of the important characteristics of this type of administration, that democratic education administration. Responsibilities are divided among different members instead of being placed on one person only. Teachers may lead committees, teacher can be the member of the committee, students may organize activities, administrators may guide overall management. So the burden is shared, responsibilities are shared, increasing the efficiency, increasing the improvement in the education and the education. Open communication and cooperation is also one of the important features you can say of the educational democratic educational administration. That is, democratic administration promotes free and clear communication among all members of the community, all members of the institution. People can express their thoughts, concerns and ideas without any fear. Problems can be discussed openly, which helps in finding better solutions. Now, let us see the advantages of democratic education administration. It encourages teamwork. In the democratic administration, people work together to achieve common goals. Teachers, administrators, staff members, students, sometimes parents also cooperate. This teamwork creates unity, helps in the and which helps the institution run smoothly. Increased motivation is there. When people are included in decision making, they are motivated. When their opinions are respected, they feel valued, they feel important, they feel they are important, and therefore this increases their confidence and motivation and to work sincerely. Teachers and staff members become more dedicated, more committed as far as their duties are concerned. This improves the relationship among staff, which is also one of the important advantages. Since communication is open, everyone can work together. Relationship between teachers and administrators and other staff members become strong. Mutual respect and understanding grow, which reduces the conflicts, internal conflicts especially. Some of the limitations are there, like in decision making may take more time. In the democratic administration, decisions are made by consultation in the meetings. So since more people are involved, discussions are involved, meetings are there, opinion is taken, consent is taken. So it may take some time. Reaching to final agreement can be slow sometimes, especially when views are different on some important issue. Another important type of educational administration is autocratic educational administration. It is a type of administration in which all major decisions are made by one person, usually the principal. Other members such as teachers, staff members, students are expected to follow instructions given by the leader without any discussion. Authority is concentrated in one person. A strict control and discipline is there. One leader maintains strict control over the institution. Limited participation, as you see the authority is concentrated, so limited participation of others is there, but quick decision making is there because one person is taking decision. Authority and responsibility is clear. Strict rules and control help maintaining discipline among staff and students. Some limitations of this are also there, that is lack of participation from teachers and staff members. Important decisions are taken by the only one person, that is administrator. That may create dissatisfaction among staff members because staff members are not consulted at all. They are expected to follow orders. They may feel dissatisfied, unhappy, ignored, and this can also reduce the job satisfaction. There can be job dissatisfaction among employee, creating frustration among teaching and staff members. Motivation is very low because of employees will feel dissatisfied. They know that their boss is not trusting them, not including them in important decisions. So lack of involvement of the staff members may lower the enthusiasm and commitment towards the work. Let us try to understand the process of educational administration. The process of educational administration can be defined as the various activities and steps followed for the planning and organization, direction and management of the educational institution to accomplish the goals of education. The educational administration involves an organized set of activities or steps for the administration of people, resources and programs. The administration of education ensures that the achievement of the goals of education through proper planning, organization, direction and evaluation of all educational activities. The concept of administrative process was first introduced by Henry Fayol, who actually defined the concept of administration as the performance of 5 main functions, which are planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling. Before understanding the process, we need to know the 14 principles given by Henry Fayol, which are very important in fact. Henry Fayol, who is referred as the father of modern management, provided a new perception of the concept of management. His dream was to achieve maximum efficiency in all fields of management. 14 principles of management developed by Henry Fayol are: first is division of work, second is authority and responsibility, third is discipline, fourth is unity of command, fifth is unity of direction, sixth one is subordination of individual interest, seventh one is remuneration, eighth one is centralization, ninth one is scalar chain, 10th one is order, then equity, 11th one, 12th one is stability, 13 is initiative, 14 is esprit de corps. Dear learners, we will try to understand all these 14 principles given by Fayol one by one, and we will try to have the clear understanding of these 14 principles, because this will help in better administration, because these principles are applicable in educational administration, and hope you will enjoy also. First is division of work. This is very important, basic principle of management, you can say. It actually states that complex tasks should be divided into smaller jobs assigned to individual persons based on their expertise and experience. Henry Fayol first introduced this concept of the division of work. Basic idea behind this concept is to enhance the productivity, efficiency and accuracy of the workforce. Fayol believed that division of work in the workplace among the workers will enhance the quality of the product. For example, if division of work is there in the school setting or in the department situations or in other institutions. If any teacher who is good in biology or any other teacher who is good in history should be given the history work. A music teacher should be given the music work. According to his expertise, his skills, he should be given work. And nobody should be overloaded and nobody should be underloaded. Division of work is very, very important and very, very necessary. It will ensure efficiency, higher productivity and low level of job dissatisfaction in the institution. Employees will be motivated, committed, and employees will be delighted to work in that institution where division of work is there. Another important principle, or the second principle given by Henry Fayol, is authority and responsibility. These are the two very important concepts of management. Authority enables the management to function properly and efficiently. Responsibility ensures that the management is answerable for the work done under the guidance or direction. Authority is the right to issue orders, make decisions, allocate resources, and usually given from superior to subordinates, from superordinates to subordinates. Authority is the key in the managerial functions. It is defined as the right or power given to a person so that he can accomplish certain organizational goals. Authority is the right to direct others to get things done by others. Authority is the commanding force binding different individuals together, because it's a sign of power to make decisions, issue orders and instructions to the subordinates. And responsibility which is also very important along with authority, that by responsibility we understand the responsibility of the individual for the work delegated to him or her. Delegation process starts when the manager or the principal delegates some of his responsibility to his subordinates. When a superior shares some of his responsibilities with his subordinates, he becomes responsible to his superior for the work delegated to him or her. But at the same time, he is also or she is responsible for the achievement of the work delegated by his own boss. Whatever work has been assigned to him or her, he is responsible, accountable for the assigned responsibility. So authority and responsibility should go hand in hand. Now, third principle is discipline. Without discipline, it is not possible to achieve anything. Good performance, proper interrelation make the management work easy and comprehensive. Employees' good behavior also help them build better professional careers smoothly. The principle of discipline in the management, according to Fayol, is that employees must respect and comply with the rules and agreements and decisions of the organization. Discipline involves good leadership, good agreements, wise use of punishments, judicious use of punishment. In fact, I should say, it's not that punishment should be used without any wisdom. It should be used with wisdom. Discipline promotes professionalism, avoids conflicts, and generates respect among employees and the management also. Another important principle given by Fayol is unity of command. This means employee should should have one boss and should only follow one command from that individual. If an employee is required to follow more than one individual, then there is a conflict of interest. There may be confusion. Unity of command principle is very, very important in the area of management and one of the important principles given by Fayol. It says that employees should only be required to follow the command of one individual, one person, to prevent possible confusion and to prevent inefficiency in the workplace. If there will be two bosses, then there will be confusion. There can be confusion to whom to follow or to whom not to follow. If in case both the bosses are giving orders at the same time, then there can be problematic. There can be problematic situation. There can be issue, because then in that case, learners, employee will see whom to follow and whom not to follow, and in that situation, that employee will be under stress and his performance will be deteriorated, and performance will get deteriorated. He will not be able to concentrate on his work. Definitely productivity will be less. Unity of direction is also one of the important principles given by Henry Fayol, which is the fifth principle in fact. All those engaged in the same activity should have one goal, one purpose, one target, unity of direction. This implies that all the people working in the organization should have one goal, one motive. If one goal and one motive, what will happen? Because of one goal and one motive, it will help the organization to perform the activities more easily, achieve the desired goals easily. This principle, which is unity of direction, it says that all activities related to the same objective should have one goal, one leader, one plan. If there is suppose if the unity of direction is not there, all employees are not thinking in this are not on same page. For example, in the institution, in the educational institution, teachers are there, supporting staff here is there, non-teaching staff, and other important stakeholders, parents. These three, or you can also include fourth one, that is principal, teachers, parents, non-teaching staff or supporting staff, teachers, supporting staff, parents and students. So if you see, if all are thinking about one thing, one direction is there, then definitely the achievement of the goal of education is easy. If there is a conflict, if there is mismatch as far as you know goal is there, alignment is not there, teachers are having different goals, supporting staff is having different goals, parents are thinking on other lines, students are thinking on other lines, then there will be problems. So unity of direction is very important in order to achieve the objectives of education, my dear learners. Now another important principle is subordination of individual interest. This is very important principle. In fact, it means that the institution should work as one for the interest of the institution, not for the interest of the individual. Subordination of individual interest principle states that interest of the institution should be superior to the individual's interest. Subordination of individual interest means if there is a conflict between individual interest and the general interest, then the general interest must prevail. So collective organization's interest supersedes the personal interest of any single individual in the institution. So individuals interest of the institution come first. This principle actually promotes unity and harmony in the institution and in ensuring the achievement of the goals. In case of conflict, suppose in this principle, always general interest must prevail and there can be individual interest that will be secondary, primary will be general interest. Because organizational, when we say institutional goals, it is public good takes precedence over the personal interest of the employee, personal interest of the individual. A small group, because in our this will ensure effective functioning, stability and success. We have to think about the general interest first. They should not be confused that we are not giving attention to the individual. No, here we are saying if there is a conflict between general interest and individual interest, then the general interest means the institution's interest where large number of employees may be affected. Here only one individual is affecting. So general interest is important. General interest must prevail. This principle is given by Fayol, my dear learners. And this principle states that subordination of individual interest, general interest must prevail over the individual interest. Seventh principle is remuneration. This plays an important role in motivating the workers of the institution, because remuneration can be in the form of money or non-monetary or non-pecuniary forms. Ideally, it should be in accordance with the individual efforts put forth in the institution. Remuneration of the employees must be just, equitable and must give the greatest satisfaction to both the employees and the institution. Amen. Uh, government has already that minimum level of wages there, the minimum level of working hours are there, maximum working hours are there in teaching, non or supporting staff members everywhere. So whatever remuneration they deserve, it should be given to them, and this is very very important that remuneration should be given on time and giving whatever remuneration they deserve. Fair remuneration system is actually very important for making the education successful, educational institution successful, and for achieving the educational objectives. Fair remuneration should be there. Remuneration according to the I mean um, whatever remuneration teachers deserve, whatever remuneration non-teaching staff members, our non-teaching staff members are deserving, whatever remuneration our even we have peon, we have gardeners, everybody is important for educational institution. Everybody is important, everybody is unique in her own area, in his or her own area. So everybody deserves to be given respect as well as fair remuneration. Its principle is centralization. Any management or authority in charge of making decisions should be impartial. However, this is contingent upon an organization's size. Henry Fayol emphasized that the division of authority and hierarchy should be balanced. Extent to which decision making power is concentrated to the highest level of organization is known as centralization of concept of management. I mean, this principle limits the authority granted to subordinates in order to achieve efficiency and homogeneity in tight control. Centralization means power is concentrated at the center. Decentralization means power is delegated. Scalar chain, that is another important principle given by Henry Fayol. Fayol emphasizes that the hierarchy should proceed from top to the bottom. This is very much essential because uh, such employees, this is essential so that each employee is aware of their immediate boss, immediate in charge, immediate supervisor, and may get in touch with them easily if necessary, if required. A fundamental, this is a very fundamental concept in the Henry Fayol. It establishes a rigid formal chain of command and communication from highest to the lowest position, guaranteeing distinct reporting lines. In emergency, gangplank is also there for direct, quick and cross departmental communication sometimes. But scalar chain means to whom, who will report to whom. I mean, or how to go, how to meet the boss, what is the procedure, whether the clear laid down procedure is there. So, who is my boss, whom I have to report. If this is clear in the institution, definitely we have ease in our universities, we have uh, vice chancellors, then we have pro vice chancellors, then we have um, deans at the faculty level, and then we have chairmen at the department level, and then we have in charges in the department definitely appointed by the chairman. Power is delegated by the chairman to them, so that work is smooth, work is quick, and hassle free environment is there without any problem. The objective is common, chairmen, teachers and other members, supporting staff, objective is common, the improvement of the students, placement of the students. So scalar chain means when chain is clear to whom a teachers will be reporting, principal, if suppose school is there, then to whom teachers of that schools are reporting, who is their immediate boss, who is their, who will give them leave if they need leave. Everything should be clear in the institution. Order. Yes, for any institution to have a positive work culture, it should have a clear work order. More positive work productivity will result from happy work environment. To minimize wastage, maximize efficiency, maximize productivity, physical resources, that is materials, and human resources, that is people, must be arranged systematically and orderly at the right moments. A place for everything and everyone results in optimal efficiency. Optimum efficiency is very much needed. Everything has the right order and everything is at the right place is very very important. Equity is also another important principle. In fact, this is the 11th principle given by 11th one principle given by Fayol. Every employee ought to receive fair and courteous treatment. A management has an obligation to ensure that no employee, learners, just pay attention towards this, that no employee is subjected to prejudice. According to the equity principle, managers must treat staff members fairly, impartially at all levels by combining kindness and justice. Justice must prevail at all. Circumstances come what may, justice must prevail. This principle encourages employees to give their all without worrying about the discrimination based on gender, religion, place of origin, place of birth. It fosters actually equality, loyalty, commitment, dedication. They know that equity will always prevail. So this is very important principle given by Fayol. Stability, this is the 12th principle. Stability principle is known as stability of tenure of personnel. When worker is confident of their position, they perform at the highest level, at their highest level. That this stability principle is related to job security of the staff members. It emphasizes lowering high staff turnover and frequent transfer, which is sometimes which are expensive and interrupt in productivity. This principle, according to this principle of management given by Fayol, workers require job security and time to adapt to their responsibilities in order to perform and function well. And this principle is required in order to create a workforce that is more knowledgeable, more devoted and experienced. For that to happen, you have to give time. It's not that even in you can take this thing as permanent and temporary. Sometimes temporary employees are thinking about their job being permanent, whether they are, when they will become permanent. So they will be thinking about all the time about their nature of appointment. If the employees are permanent, then they will be concentrating on other works. I mean, about their stability, they will not be thinking, rather they will be contributing towards the success of the institution. They will be writing good papers. They will be available in the department for more number of time, yes, they will go much more time to the department. They will be concentrating on different activities, and the temporary employee will be concentrating how to become permanent. So stability of tenure, and when principal or chairmen are giving some responsibilities to some teachers, some time should also be given. That is why we have tenures. Chairman in our universities, for example, in university system, especially in my university, we have chairman appointed for 3 years, deans appointed for I think 2 years, vice chancellor is appointed for 5 years. Some time should be given so that they can be on that position, they can think and they can have time and they can plan and they can implement their vision and they can improve the institution. The stability of tenure is also one of the important principles. Initiative. Yes, employees should be encouraged and supported by management to take the initiative inside the institution. Their morale and motivation will rise because they are allowed to take initiative. They can innovate, encouraging the staff members at all levels to develop and carry out ideas. You may have ideas sometimes, but when it is crushed because nobody is allowing you to implement that idea, nobody is allowing you to give that idea in the public meetings. So in order to increase zeal, energy, management must provide employees the chance, platform to share their ideas, granting them enough freedom so that they can think and they can put forth their idea, and that idea should be welcomed. Members of the if there is some meeting going on where employees are putting forth their idea, in any initiative they are taking, then that should be welcomed. People should not crush that idea. I mean, the members of that suppose some meeting is going on and somebody, because sometimes in the beginning ideas are sometimes absurd, may not be clear, they may become very much clear later on. Through brainstorming we can make them clear. So, but they should be welcomed first. Everybody should be encouraged. The one who is giving idea should not be discouraged. Learners, this is very, very important, and this is very, very important for the institution's success and institution's productivity. Last principle, I think this is esprit de corps, which is very, very important. you will realize when we will discuss this principle that why I am saying this is very, very important. This principle is also known as union is strength. Separately, these are fingers. When you just make a fist, it becomes more strong. Fist is more strong than one finger. Union is strength. Unity is very important. Building mutual understanding and trust will result in productive workplace. It is the duty of the management to inspire their staff members and consistently encourage members of the institution, because esprit de corps emphasize harmony, unity, teamwork, cooperation to promote high morale and organizational effectiveness. This encourages employee loyalty by fostering the culture of together we can win, together we can do. And these learners, these 14 principles of management are the cornerstones of any organization. To sum up, prediction, planning, decision making, process of management, control and coordination all depend on these 14 principles. And if these principles are applied in the educational institutions in the right spirit, you can see the results. Institutions can grow. The students will definitely grow. There will be better productivity. There will be better achievement if these principles are applied in true spirit. These 14 principles given by Fayol, which comes under the process and of educational administration, are very, very important. So learners, I think that the objectives which we have taken up in the beginning, I think they are achieved and you are able to understand the types of educational administration and the process of educational administration. So once again, thank you learners.